Hi guys. Here we are again. Okay, so I've been sort of on a roll for the last couple hours. Just doing some collaging, working on making some other, I don't know, tags, I guess, for these journals. Or just in general, like that's kind of what I like to do, just sort of create lots of tags and things like that. And if they make their way into the journals that I'm slowly working on, then yeah, so be it. So anyway, I've got lots of stuff all around me, lots of, like a stack of images from books. And yeah, these are, I don't remember what this book was, but I thought these pictures were really cool. I like how they're sort of like almost monochrome, but they're really orange, green, and yellow. So I thought they were kind of neat, kind of vintagey. And then some just book pages that are, like some smaller guidebooks and things like that. This one that was gifted to me from Australia. It's super cool. And these little books. So just using some images out of those. And then some other stuff that, I've printed and that kind of thing. These are from dictionaries. Anyway, so just lots of options. And I had someone ask me what the book was, I guess it wasn't, well, there's a botany book that I have pages from. But there's also this book, which is kind of cool. I don't remember what the botany book, it just says general botany. So, I don't really know if that was the full title of it or not, but it has some pretty cool images in it. And I really like the texture of the paper. It's kind of a little bit glossy, but not super glossy. Anyways, and then this other book has a lot of the same kind of stuff, sort of like the same type of images that you would find in an illustrated dictionary, but bigger, And this paper is, it's pretty thin. So I was thinking it would be cool to just make some tags with just these images, So I might do that too. But anyway, so that book is this manual of the flowering plants of California. And who knew there were that many plants in California? Flowering plants. Looks like the most recent copyright date on this is 1925. So anyway, yeah, so it just has tons of yummy pictures. So I don't know. I mean, there could be one of these for every state, for all I know. I haven't looked, but it just happened to come into my life, and so I'm using it. Anyway, and then also I've acquired in my travels a whole ton of these type of file folders, and I love this color. I love this paper, and so this is what I want to collage on. Plus it's nice and big, and I can, kill a lot of birds with one stone, if you know what I mean. Like, I can collage on this whole thing and just get a lot of mileage out of it. And so yeah, so what I've been doing is just cutting off the metal part, and then this side, because it's like double thickness, so I'm just kind of trimming that off. I don't know what to do with these, so they're going bye-bye, but I'm sure somebody could think of some good uses for them, but I can't right now. Anyway, so what I've been doing is just, instead of, having tons of book pages out and around me, I decided to just basically cover this with these book pages. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just I'm just gluing these on to cover the whole thing. And then I'll come back and add some other stuff into it. I've been using some ledger pages that have lots and lots of writing on them, and and a lot of these little images and stuff, and also like washi tape. So I got that. I also got that shipment of stuff from that store that closed, and I know that a lot of the stuff that was in that box, the haul video that I posted yesterday, a lot of that stuff is probably on AliExpress, but you know what? I never look on there. And it's probably better that I don't, because I'd probably wind up, yeah, wasting a lot of money. Anyway, so I'm just gluing these on sort of just to cover that. And I like this paper because, you can still write on it, and it's a nice color. So yeah, isn't this exciting? And I think what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get done with this, like, this is just like kind of therapeutic for me. I did the live sale a few days ago, and just waiting for some payments to come through, and then I'm going to do my shipping on that. Not everything, but I do like to try to get, I like to do that kind of stuff all at once. And so I will get a whole bunch of it done on Monday. So anyway, yeah, just smoothing it down. Got a little bit of a wrinkle there, no big deal. So yeah, I love these pages because there's just all of this cool flowery stuff, and even the text is really cool because it's all about plants and things like that. And it'll come through, little bits of it will still be present. Trying not to wrinkle the paper here. I guess this is sort of, and I'm getting a cold too, which really sucks. I'm trying to pick out pages that do have images on them, though. And I'm just doing them sort of like all different directions, and I haven't been doing a lot of inking on the images, or on the pages and stuff, but some of them I am. So yeah, see, I'm just trying to cover up the background with this paper. So what have you guys been doing? I thought about just doing a live stream tonight, but I don't know. Then I changed my mind. I think it's hard sometimes for people to want to watch a live stream recording later, because the person that's live streaming a lot of times is talking to the people that are watching, and I think they get, like, I don't know, they get kind of frustrated with the fact that the person that's live streaming gets a little distracted. Like I do, and I sort of get a little distracted from, what I'm doing when I'm live streaming. But you never know. You never know. I might jump back on the wagon one of these days, probably just like out of the blue, So this is really just so fun. I love just gluing. I love just gluing paper and tearing it and cutting it. Oh my God, I'm making a pot roast. It smells so good. It's been almost wintry here. We had that like ice storm a couple days ago, and that was crazy. We didn't lose power, but a lot of people did. So interesting how that happens. Like, it was raining, and then in the evening, and then temperature started dropping while it was raining, and so then the rain, it got cold like at like more at surface level. I think this is how it happens anyways. It gets cold kind of more down low and then not up high, so it stays rain. It remains rain up in the clouds, and then as it hits, if the temperature is cold enough, it freezes when it hits, like when it hits. Anyway, so that created like this layer of ice on everything, and then suddenly the temperature up in the clouds got cold enough to where it turned to snow. And yeah, so then we got this ice storm. It was really kind of, I don't know, I think it's kind of interesting. And like a lot of the trees still have all of their leaves and stuff, because it's not really that far into fall. This is just an image that I printed off that I just used the tear ruler around the edges and then inked it. And I like using these types of images where there's a lot of like small kind of stuff going on, so that when I actually cut this up into tags, there's pieces of this are going to wind up on different tags. So anyway, I don't even know what I'm supposed to talk about anymore. Anyways, yeah, so this is just fun. It's just fun. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do after I get done with this sort of round of tags and stuff, I have a whole bunch of other stuff that I just want to cut out and like glue onto some other type of paper, like maybe onto craft paper or something. Like a lot of images from that kit, the 2 different kits that I'm using from Tracy. And anyway, I have a whole bunch of that kind of stuff that I want to get done too. And then I think I'm going to start pulling paper for these journals. I plan on using kind of like my usual stuff. Some probably ledger paper and onion skin. I always use onion skin paper. I love onion skin paper. And just different like grid papers and things like that. So some of those I'll probably print. And then I've got all of these like green ones, those green ledger pages. And then of course I have all those book pages and stuff. So these are going to be fun. Once I get the pages pulled and start getting those trimmed and stuff, then I feel like I'll move a little quicker. Like I'll feel like I'm actually accomplishing something. Right now, I'm just sort of feeling like I'm spinning my wheels. I'm not really getting that much done. I sort of got bogged down with those prescription pages. I felt like they weren't really fitting in with my whole feeling with these journals. So, okay, what did I do with all of those? Here they are. I feel like they didn't really fit in with the feeling of these journals. So I don't know how many of those I'll actually wind up using, but probably some of them anyway. So I like these to sort of overlap some of these images just to kind of help them stand out a little bit. These are just from dictionaries, you know. A little bit more. I need some darker type of stuff. And then these big sheets are going to get cut apart, right? Into tag shapes. Let's see. And I will be using some masking tape and washi tape. And then once I cut them apart, then I, depending on what each one looks like, I'll add some more stuff, like, labels or whatever. So let's see. Let's get a butterfly in here. I've really gotten past that issue of having every edge torn when I do this. I just don't really, I don't know, I don't really worry about that so much anymore. And there's all this stuff. Just kind of layer it somewhere. About like, there, right there. All right. And oh my God, that pot roast smells so good. And then I just put like 2 bags of, baby potatoes in there just a little while ago. And then 2 bags of carrots. Just the little tiny carrots. Okay, that, I keep not wanting to cover that up, but it's getting covered up. So sometimes when I'm doing this, it's hard because I want to use so much stuff. Like I want to use postage stamps, and I want to use labels. I want to use just everything, you know, and I wind up getting overwhelmed because then I just have way too many options. I've been talking about that a lot lately. And I think that, you know, probably happens to a lot of us, that, you know, when you're collaging, you wind up with too many choices and then you don't do anything. You just can't decide what to do, you know, what to use. So I've sort of started just really limiting my palette of fodder, you know, to, like, I have a pile of pictures, some ledger, and then some book pages, like, and then, yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I just want to add some masking tape to sort of go like all the way across this. And I always add some glue. Just so that it doesn't ever, I don't ever worry about it lifting up. And so you can still see the images through it. So that's, you know, that's cool. Do another strip down here. Oh my God. And guess what? The guy that I got all of the bank ephemera from, he messaged me today and told me he has a whole bunch more. So I'm going up there to see him on Monday. Pretty excited. Pretty excited about that. Let's see, let's just do a strip of this washi right here. This is that new washi tape that I got yesterday. It's really pretty. It's got lots of flowers and stuff on it, and, you know, let's do a strip right here. Yeah. Oops. Oh, darn it. I forgot. I had questions that I needed to answer, and I forgot. And I didn't check the comments. So sorry. I will go back and check comments for questions. And I will catch those up next time, I promise. So also what I wanted to do was, you know, those little wooden stamps that I got yesterday. I want to try to use some of those on these little collages. So this is the little mushroom. Anyway, so there, yeah. So I've got a whole bunch of these that I've already done. See? And so let's cut some of these up, and then we'll come back on some of the individual tags, and I'll just kind of show you guys how I like finish them up, you know, just to kind of make each one sort of special, right? All right. Paper cutter. So these are ones that I did just on, I started doing this just on craft paper, just to sort of get myself warmed up. But I realized that it was just too small. So I wanted a larger surface to work on. Feel like I could accomplish more working on a larger page. So yeah, so I'm just gonna, I mean, I'm sort of obviously paying attention to what is going to wind up on each tag. So these will be a little skinnier. And then, yeah. So these are going to be sort of skinnier. I'm thinking about moving. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about moving over to the coast. I would really love to live closer to the ocean. And yeah, so this big house where I live with my mom is getting to be a little bit more than she wants to deal with, I think. And she's apparently, she was talking to my son Adrian about moving herself. So, you know, if she does that, then I'm sure she'll sell the house. And so yeah, I don't know. Thinking about moving maybe to Tillamook or something. Anybody have a house for rent in Tillamook? I forgot who it was, but when, oh my God, and I keep meaning to ask. I keep meaning to ask you guys. I don't remember who it was, but when my son got married over this last summer, they got married in Netarts, Oregon. When they went to get their marriage license in Tillamook, the lady that was actually like processing their application for their marriage license at the courthouse, my son had to put, you know, his parents' name on the application for the license. And when she saw my name, she said, "Jessica Rapp, like 2 silver oranges?" And my son was just like, yeah. Like, anyway, so I can't remember who it was. It was twins, somebody twins. And I know who you are, but I can't remember. So send me a message, because if you watch this video, because I know you'll know who it is that I'm talking about if you see this. But isn't that funny? Yeah, and my son texted me, and he was like, he just thought that was so funny, you know, that this lady in Tillamook, where he's trying to go get his marriage license, that she knew me. And I guess she had bought a journal or two from me. So so yeah. Oh, that was pretty funny. So anyway, yeah, we might wind up being neighbors one of these days. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so I've just got tons of these, and this is sort of my next step. I'm really excited about these. I think they're going to be pretty cool. Just cutting off that little part that's sticking out. Cutting these up. It's such a fun way to make tags, because you just don't know exactly what's going to wind up on each one, right? And then, I don't know, I just think it makes them interesting. So I'm trying to make sure that I get lots of small ones, because a lot of times I wind up with too many bigger tags that I can't use in these smaller like Reader's Digest journals. So, and I also need to do some minis. Okay, so I've got a couple more of those that were on the craft paper. But let me just do one of these. Okay, so this this is too wide to go. Yeah, this is not going to go through my trimmer. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fold it in half. And I'm just going to blindly cut this. And we'll just see what happens. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's see. I'm a little nervous now. Yeah. I don't know. I think they're cool. Okay, so I'm going to cut that at the score. These would make, if they, were horizontal, they would probably be cool little pockets, Okay, there's the score. Okay, and then I've got it thin enough now that I can see. I'm going to make these kind of like wider, shorter type tags. So yeah, I think it would be really cool to live over by the coast again. I haven't lived near the ocean since I was a kid. I wish you guys could smell that roast. And yeah, so I've kind of almost had a cold, but I've been like massively dosing vitamin C, trying to stave it off. Okay, I'm going to cut that little. All right. So I've got, got 2-3 more of these that are all collaged up, that I'll wind up cutting up. And then a couple more of the craft paper ones, right? The smaller ones. So I will probably wind up doing, 1, 2, maybe like 5 or 6 more of the file folder ones. And then, yeah, and then I'll probably be fulfilled. So let's see. Yeah, these are cool. I like how they turned out. So I really do want to do some of those little, I want to add some of those little stamps. Where'd I put them? Ah, here it is. So I had this little box, this little, I don't know what it was, but I thought these little stamps were perfect in there. And then I could add more later if I want to. So I don't know. I'm going to see how it does just stamping on the, on here. I might not like it. I don't know. I might like it better. Well, hang on. I might like it better stamping on a piece of paper and then you know, gluing it on. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think I would. I think I would like that better. Like some of these. I think I'm going to wind up stamping more on that. Just on this paper, and then tearing them out. I want to do some in black. I'm going to do some that I haven't done. This little leaf. Whoops, that's the brown again. I cut up a bunch of these. Yeah, I like that bird. Oh, and the mushrooms. I had this German, I love this mushroom one. This German English like learning book. It's these like images, you know. And sort of like a picture dictionary. But it's really old. And so I scanned a bunch of it. And I've been printing those off and then kind of cropping out the like nature type of images. So I want to use some of those in this series. Anyway, so some of these little stamped images. And I'll just tear them out. Tear them out and probably ink around the edges of them. And just use them here and there. And do some labels too. You know what? Let me grab the tear ruler and see. Didn't really do these in rows very well, but some of them are. I like the acorns. I like these flowers. I should go through the rest of my rubber stamps and kind of bring them closer to me so that maybe I'll be reminded to use them. Let's see. So if anybody's curious about the ruler, I bought it on Amazon. You just have to Google or just search on Amazon for tear ruler. And you can find it. I think it did come from the UK, actually. I don't know why there aren't, I mean, maybe there are now, but I don't know why there wouldn't be a seller in the US of these rulers, because they're kind of cool. I have this other trimmer that does that type of cut, but you know, it's one of those ones where you turn the little wheel and it gives you all those different types of cut line. And then it also does like a perforated line. It's kind of cool. Of course, I never use it. I always forget about it. Okay, so there's some of those. All right, so what I usually do when I have this kind of like this stack, what I do is I go through them and I sort of like separate them out into different piles. Okay, so like this one, I feel like it's good. I don't really feel like it needs much else. So it's going to go into the like done pile, and all it might get is like maybe a label or something. Okay. If I'm happy with it the way it is, then, you know, it goes into that pile. So this one, I think it could use some kind of image or something. This one, I don't know why I put that there, but it needs something else. This one, I'm actually pretty happy with it, just like that. Same with that one. Same with that one. This one needs something. This one's weird. It looks like a heart. I need a drink of water. Hang on a second. I'm trying to drink more water. Doesn't that look like a heart, like blood vessels or something? So that one needs something. That one needs something. That one needs something. This one I'm happy with. I'm happy with that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. And that one. This one needs something. I'm happy with this one. So just, you know, depending on how it turned out, they either go into the basically done pile or the needs more love pile. So this one's cool. This one needs something. It's just ledger. This one probably could use a little flower or something. This one is fine. I like that one too, and that one. That one's cool. That one's cool. That one's cool. This one needs something. So I don't know. This is my process. This is just what I do. That one's cool. I'll need something. Maybe I'll get out those number stamps too, and maybe do some stamping of numbers or something on these too. That one I think is done. This one, it's cool. It's done. It's done. This one needs something weird. I don't know. That one's done. So's that one. That one needs something, 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 something. Done, done. Maybe something. Done. Something. Done. Something. Done. Done. Okay. So now I have this pile of tags that I felt like they kind of needed something, right? So then I can go back to my images and, you know, maybe pull something out to add, you know, like that. Yeah. Okay, and this one, let's see. I think this one just needs a label. A lot of these are going to get labels too, but yeah, I'm not going to do it right this minute, but I think that's all that one needs is a label. This one needs some kind of image or something. Yep. Or this one. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to ink around the edge of this, though. Still trying not to pull out a whole bunch more crap. You know, I'm trying not to get like a giant pile of stuff around me. So this one, let's see. Well, maybe just this other half of that would be cool on there. Yeah. This paper is kind of thin, but and then also I like to pull. Oh, these are some of those images I was talking about from the German book. So these are the actual book pages, but I scanned most of these. So they're things like that. So I have a bunch of those where I cropped out the image and printed them out. You know, a lot of the ones that were kind of like nature themed or something, some like birds or flowers or something. So I also like to take some of these images and use them on these tags. And I wind up, you know, covering much of the tag, but that's okay. It's okay. It's still there. It's just underneath this. That's the way I kind of look at it, you know? Like it's still there, whatever I'm covering up. Now I feel like I need something else down here, so I'm just going to add a little piece of this dictionary page. There. Now I'm happy with it again. So, yeah, so this is kind of my, you know, this is my process. I decided that this one is fine. Actually, no, it's not. I need something. Need something. Yep. This is so relaxing for me. And yeah, I can just get a ton of stuff made this way, like just using this kind of method, you know? Yeah, and then that's going to be cool once it gets like a little label maybe or something, and then trim it up and add a little topper. See, I think that little bird will be cute on there. Yep. I don't know what to do with this one. I need something. Yeah. Yep, that's what I'm doing. And sometimes I know I get a little bit rushed. I start feeling like rushed when I'm doing a video. So sometimes I forget to tell you guys things or whatever. But I meant to tell you on those pockets. I hope whoever watched those videos with those pockets that I stitch up the side. And I actually finished all of those pockets. Let me show you what I wound up doing. So all of the craft envelope ones wound up like this. I did some kind of like lace, a little bit of a layered lacy thing there. And then I did an eyelet in the tab. I have these little craft paper stickers, like circle stickers that I had ordered off of Amazon, thinking I could use them in packaging for orders, you know. But they were a lot smaller than I thought they were. But anyway, so I just decided to keep them because they were like $3, you know. Anyway, so they worked out really well for covering the magnet, and they were real thin. So they worked pretty well for that. So I like those. And then I just added a little safety pin. It's a little coilless safety pin. These ones that they don't have a coil on the back. So they work really well for hanging on stuff. Anyways, and then, you know, stitched them up and inked them, you know. So these are all done. They all got some kind of, you know, lace or fabric or something. And then they'll each get some kind of little tag inside. And then I usually put some type of little ticket or something inside there, you know, or larger ticket. And then these are the, like, the white envelopes, the cream color or ivory or whatever. So these also, I did some kind of fabric or lace on the flap, stitched it on. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah, I stitched this. I glued it all on there, and then I just ran a quick zigzag. So then I did an eyelet on the little tab, and then I just tied a little piece of this like chiffon sari silk onto that. And yeah, so that's how those turned out. And I just, you know, did the stitching up the sides, and yeah. Okay, so those are all done. I'm done with the pockets. So these are for the inside, front, and back covers of the Reader's Digest journal. I might add a label on these too. You know, I don't know. Probably will wind up adding a label on these too. But just because I'm label crazy right now. Anyway, so I'll just continue working on these, but to sort of finish these off, what I then do, once I get them all sort of to where I feel like they're all done, then I will cut these corners off, right? And then obviously they'll get like a hole, or I love this thing. This does that that straight, like, you know, hole like that. I didn't get that in the center at all, but that's okay. Anyways, and then just, you know, add some kind of you know, fabric or something through that. And then, you know, I'll probably round the corners and do some stitching. I do the stitching before I add anything to that. But yeah, those are, you know, these are little pocket stuffer tags. On the, where is that other hole punch? Yeah, there's that one. And ink them all up, you know. So I just will go through and I'll get everything done, one process done at a time. You know, I'll cut all the corners that I'm going to cut all the corners, okay, and then I'll come back and punch all the holes, you know, and then I'll come back and do On the ones where I did a hole, I will add a reinforcer on those. And I've been using these, because I've got a ton of them. I've been using these. These are the old ones, the old vintage ones. And instead of licking them, right? I'm not going to lick all these stickers. I just use a baby wipe on the tag, kind of get it moist, and they stick really quickly. These, yeah, it doesn't take much moisture to get them to stick. So if you have those and you just feel like you won't use them because, you have to lick them, you don't have to lick them. Just use a sponge or something, right? And they stick really, really quickly. And then I usually will come back and just ink them just a tiny bit, just to sort of give them, with a little brush, just to give them a little bit of like aged sort of look, right? I mean, obviously I'm gonna, not obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but I will be inking the edges of all of these tags, and I can't help it, but I always stitch around the edges too. I just feel like they're not done unless they have some stitching. So that's kind of, I don't know, like this is how I function the best, I think, when I'm doing like when I have a lot to do, instead of just making one tag at a time. Anyways, so that's my deal. If you have any questions about that craziness, let me know. Leave it in the comments. I do have a lot going on, a lot on my mind right now. I have some stuff in my actual life going on that is kind of weird and stressful, but I'm doing my best to get through that. And then, anyways, I'm doing my best also to get everything together for the live sale. I am going to go get that other bank ephemera from the guy on Tuesday. So I might be offering up some more of that stuff, just via like a video. I'll probably post a video. I might put together some more bundles or something. And he has another ledger that I'm thinking about getting from him too. So I don't know. I might do some really nice fat bundles of bank ephemera. Yeah. And yeah, so just let me know. Like I said, leave a comment if you want to. And then if you have any questions, leave that also in the comments, and I will do my best to answer your question on the next installment of Let's Make Some Journals Together. It's kind of fun. I really kind of enjoyed doing this, and yeah, eventually we will get these journals done. It might take 14 or 20 installments, but eventually we'll get it done. So, okay guys, love you. Take care. Bye for now. See you soon.